There's a quiet moment that happens to a lot of people now. You're alone for a second, maybe in bed, maybe on the bus, maybe between tasks, and you open your phone. And before you even choose what to feel, you see it. Another assault, another scam, another video of someone being humiliated, another comment section filled with cruelty, and something in you tightens. Not just fear, not just anger, something closer to grief. You might even hear a sentence in your mind that sounds like, "Is this who we are now?" And then the questions come. Why does it feel like people are losing empathy? Why does respect feel optional? Why do basic words like truth, justice, or freedom feel twisted into weapons? If you felt that, you're not weak, you're awake. Today, we're not trying to fix you. We're going to slow down, look at what's really happening, and see what might be possible from here. When I say what's happening to society, I'm not just talking about crime statistics. I'm talking about the felt experience of living in a world that seems sharper, colder, and more tense than it used to. It's the way people talk to each other, online and sometimes in real life, like there's no longer a person on the other side. It's the speed of judgment, the hunger for humiliation, the casual disrespect. It's the feeling that something human is being drained out of everyday life. And if you're someone who still hopes people can be better, that can be exhausting. Because you're not just watching bad things happen, you're watching meaning get distorted. You're watching strength become dominance. You're watching honesty become cruelty. You're watching being right become more important than being kind. And here's what matters. Your reaction makes sense. Your nervous system isn't designed to absorb the suffering of thousands of strangers every day. Your mind isn't built to process a constant stream of threats and outrage and despair, and then stay gentle. This is where ideas from moral psychology can help, without turning you into a robot. Jonathan Haidt in The Righteous Mind talks about how our moral life often runs on intuition first, reasoning second. In everyday language, we feel something and then we build a story that justifies it. That's not a character flaw, it's a human default. And in a world that constantly pokes our strongest emotions, fear, disgust, anger, our moral instincts can become reactive, not thoughtful, not slow, not curious. Add to that what Jonathan Haidt also argues in The Anxious Generation, a lot of us, especially young people, have been rewired by the smartphone era into shorter attention, more comparison, more anxiety, and less real-life grounding. And when people are chronically stressed, they don't become wiser, they become more defensive. So if this feels familiar, it doesn't mean you're broken, it means you're human. But it also means there's something here we can look at more closely. Imagine someone like you, not a hero, not a villain, just a decent person trying to stay decent. They wake up already tired. Before coffee, they check the news. Just a habit, just staying informed. A headline flashes, a violent robbery caught on camera. Then another, a teenager attacked for no reason. Then a clip, a stranger screaming at a cashier over something small. Their stomach tightens, their shoulders lift, and almost without noticing, they start scrolling faster, like they're trying to outrun the feeling. Later, they're in public. A simple moment. Someone cuts the line, someone bumps them and doesn't apologize. A tiny disrespect. And suddenly, the anger comes up stronger than it should. Not because of the line, not because of the bump, because their nervous system has been soaking in threat all day. They get home and open a social app. They see a post about a complicated issue, something real, something painful. And underneath it, comments that reduce human beings to labels. Animals, trash, they deserve it. Thousands of likes. And that's the moment that hits them. It's not only the violence that scares them, it's how easy it seems to become cold. They think, if people can talk like this, what's stopping them from doing worse? And they feel something that many people don't admit, a temptation to harden, to stop caring, to retreat into cynicism, to say, this is just how humans are, and build a wall around the heart. But then, something small happens. Maybe it's a neighbor holding a door. Maybe it's a friend checking in. Maybe it's a stranger helping someone pick up dropped groceries. And for a second, they remember, the world isn't only what's loud. This is usually where we either run away, distract ourselves, or judge ourselves. But what if, just for a moment, we stayed and looked more closely at what's happening? Let's start with something simple but powerful. Your attention is not neutral. What you repeatedly watch becomes the emotional weather of your inner world. If your daily input is outrage, humiliation, and fear, your nervous system starts living as if danger is everywhere. And then you respond to small moments with big reactions. This doesn't mean the danger isn't real. It means your mind can lose its ability to scale reality. Here's a grounding example. If you watch 5 violent clips before breakfast, you may walk outside and feel like society is collapsing, even if your street is quiet, even if most people you pass are harmless. And to be clear, the suffering is real. Violence is real. Globally, lethal violence remains a major problem, and in some years it spikes. So we're not denying reality. We're noticing something else. The loudest parts of reality can become your whole reality if you're not careful. And this matters because your hope depends on what you believe is possible. Hope isn't naive positivity. Hope is an accurate relationship with reality, wide enough to include both the darkness and the good. Albert Bandura wrote about something called moral disengagement. It sounds technical, but the idea is painfully familiar. People don't usually wake up wanting to be villains. They find ways to disconnect their actions from their conscience. They do it by changing language. They call cruelty discipline. They call humiliation truth. They call harassment a joke. They do it by spreading responsibility. It's not just me. Everyone's doing it. It's the system. It's what they deserve. They do it by dehumanizing, turning a person into a category, a stereotype, a target. And the scary part is this: moral disengagement isn't rare, it's normal psychology used in an unhealthy direction. Once you see it, you start noticing it everywhere, in online mobs, in everyday disrespect, in the way people talk about them. So if you're watching society feel more violent, more polarized, more cold, one piece of the puzzle is that moral disengagement has become easier. Not because humans changed overnight, but because modern life makes it easier to act without seeing the full human consequence. In The Righteous Mind, Haidt argues that our moral instincts are shaped by groups. We are wired to bond, to belong, to defend our side. That can create beauty, community, loyalty, sacrifice, and it can create danger, blindness, cruelty, scapegoating. Here's a daily life example. You see a clip where someone from the other group does something awful. Immediately, your mind wants to say, see, that's who they are. But when your own group does something awful, your mind says, well, that's complicated. That's not intelligence, that's tribal reflex. And the question becomes, do you want to be ruled by reflex or guided by values? This is where your role becomes real. If you want to change the world, you don't start by winning arguments. You start by refusing to participate in dehumanization, especially when it would earn you approval. That sounds small, but it's not. Because norms spread, cynicism spreads, cruelty spreads, and so does courage. Understanding is a beginning, but for this to matter in real life, it has to touch what you do tomorrow morning or tonight when that familiar feeling shows up again. Let's keep this doable. No dramatic life overhaul, just small experiments. Not forever, just 1 week. Ask, What am I consuming that trains me to see people as threats? Try a simple rule. For every piece of content that spikes anger or fear, intentionally include something that restores your sense of human dignity. A long-form conversation, a book chapter, a story of recovery, a community project. This isn't avoidance, it's balance. When you feel yourself getting pulled into hatred, online or in your mind, pause and ask, what pain might live behind this person's behavior without excusing it? Or, if I had to describe this person as a full human being in one sentence, what would I say? This interrupts moral disengagement. It keeps you from becoming what you're trying to fight. If society feels broken, your brain will look for grand solutions. But real change often starts with repair that's close enough to touch. One small act this week. Check on a neighbor. Volunteer 1 hour. Write a kind message you've been postponing. Support a teacher. Mentor someone younger. Join something that builds community, not just opinion. A meaningful life is often built from small, repeated dignity. When people stop reading, stop studying, stop practicing deep focus, something shifts, not only economically, emotionally. Learning trains patience, nuance, the ability to hold complexity without turning it into hate. If formal education isn't accessible or appealing, that's okay. But don't outsource your mind entirely to fast content. One chapter, one lecture, one thoughtful essay, 1 week. This video is not therapy or professional advice. If this topic hits something very deep or painful for you, especially trauma, fear, or anxiety, it might be important to talk with a professional you trust. You don't have to do all of this. Even one small step, repeated gently, can begin to shift something over time. Let's bring this back to you, because the real question isn't only what's happening to society, it's also what's happening to me as I watch it. So here are a few quiet questions to sit with. Where in your life do you feel the world hardening you the most? Online? At work? In family? In public? What part of you is tired of caring, and what part of you is still quietly willing? What would a slightly kinder, slightly braver version of you do the next time you see disrespect, especially the small, ordinary kind? And if you feel comfortable, share in the comments what part of this video resonated most with you. Your story might quietly help someone else. And if someone came to your mind while you were watching, someone who's losing hope or becoming bitter, maybe this is a video they need too. If you'd like more quiet spaces to think about life and grow at your own pace, you're welcome to stay. Subscribe to Reflect and Rise, and let's keep walking this path together. Because changing the world doesn't always start with a protest or a speech. Sometimes it starts with one person refusing to become cruel. You don't have to rise loudly. You just have to keep rising.